Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spracklin podcast, where I'm a woman on a mission to help you get the Zettelkasten of your dreams on your work table beside you. Well, today I'm answering a question that's come up a time or two in different forms. The way I'm putting it tonight to sum up all of the questions is, how do you place a lonely main card? What do you do when the card you're holding in your hand is having a hard time finding a comfortable home in your Zettelkasten? It just feels out of place and a little bit sad and lonely. Well, there are some answers, and it's going to depend a little bit on whether you're dealing with. So come on over to the down-facing camera and let's talk about what to do with that lonely main card, which has all that space in the Zettelkasten and it doesn't know where it wants to be. So let's talk about how we're going to make that work. See you over there. Okay, let's take our first case. We've got a new card and it's deep down in detail. We don't have anything for it to go with because in our first case, it's a whole brand new subject and we're way down in the detail. So we don't want to just make our new card a new subject by itself because it's deep in detail. Or maybe we already have an existing subject card for it, but this one is so deep in detail. They don't feel like they connect all together that well. That's what we're saying. Our new card is a lonely card. In this case, he's lonely because he's deep in detail and he doesn't have anything at the appropriate level to be able to catch on to. So what is their method going to be? Let's talk about it in general, and then we'll take a little bit more specific case. So in general, we're going to build up from our deep in detail card until we get to a card that's either at the level of a new subject or until we reach an existing subject. Let's be a little more specific. Our deep in detail card is in a brand new subject area. And I'm going to, for simplicity's sake, take the example that I was working with Deborah on, which is on filing recipes in a Zettelkasten. It gives us some simple examples to keep our subject matter easy to understand so that we can focus on the ideas of how you're going to place that lonely main card. Now, in this case, our new lonely card is the recipe for cinnamon raisin applesauce. And we'd like to connect it upwards to a more general subject, but we don't have anything that goes with cinnamon raisin applesauce. In fact, we've got this one over here on fish and seafood, and, maybe we've got vegetables over here, but we don't have anything that cinnamon raisin applesauce feels like it belongs to. And it also doesn't feel right to make cinnamon raisin applesauce a new title, a new subject, like fish and seafood. It just seems far too, detailed. So then we would have to ponder, what are we going to call the big subject that cinnamon raisin applesauce is a part of? And if we follow the path that we worked out with Deborah, we ended up deciding that it was going to go into desserts. So we would create a new subject level card for desserts. And I suppose you could put cinnamon raisin applesauce directly under desserts, but it does seem to be a variety of applesauce. And where would you put just plain applesauce if it came up next? No, we might really want to make an intermediate card between cinnamon raisin applesauce and desserts. So here we have another new card for just applesauce, and then our cinnamon raisin applesauce goes under applesauce, which goes under desserts. And we have built from our lonely, overly detailed main card all the way up to desserts. Now, obviously, if we had an existing subject, if desserts already existed, then all we'd need to do is build the middle card, because we would feel that cinnamon raisin applesauce is too detailed to go directly under desserts. So we would make an intermediate card for applesauce and then put cinnamon raisin applesauce underneath it. So it works for us whether the new subject card already exists or if we also have to make that card. Next question is, what would we do if our new card is at a higher level than any card we've actually got in our system. Suppose we already have a card for pets, and under the card for pets, we have goldfish. Now we get a new card that's about fish in general. Well, we probably don't want to put fish under goldfish. It kind of feels like fish is bigger than goldfish. Fish is at a higher level than goldfish, but fish doesn't cover all of pets. I mean, clearly there's going to be cats and dogs and even turtles and parakeets that are going to be coming under pets, but fish is a bigger heading than goldfish, and goldfish kind of clearly belong under fish. Now what are we going to do? Well, now we could build a new card for fish as pets, and our new card, fish as pets, would go under this card. Well, here we could set our new card of fish, set this up as a new subject. Then under that, we could build a card for fish as pets, which would be a handy link up to the goldfish. Doesn't work. Then, once we created fish as pets, we would need a directory card because we're going to link over to the goldfish card, and we're also going to enumerate any other fish as pets that we have extra cards as they come along and join, such as maybe an angelfish and a clownfish and a zebrafish and whatever other kind of fish we end up identifying as under fish as pets would also be listed on that directory card, and their cards would be filed behind the fish as pets, whereas the goldfish card would stay right where it was under pets, but it wouldn't get lost. And at the same time, goldfish would also now need a directory card because it's going to link back to fish as pets. So they point to each other. Now we'll take our last example where the new card that's coming in is at an adjacent level, basically the same level as the existing card. We're going to create a new encompassing subject, and then we're going to join the new card into the new subject we create and link the old card to the subject too. So for example, if we already had fish and seafood and our new card is about meat and poultry, we'll probably want to create a single card that covers both of those. Okay, so now we create our new, more general topic card, protein main dishes, and then we link to the fish and seafood that was already there, and we add the new card, meat and poultry, right after the protein main dishes. So I hope you see by these examples that no new main card need ever feel lonely. You can always create the cards that bridge from a new subject down to your new main card, or from an existing subject down or up to your new main card. All you need to do is create the little connector cards that let your new card feel comfortable joining your Zettelkasten. I call these foundation cards. I don't know of anyone else who discusses them. I certainly don't see them mentioned in Scott's work, but they make it so much easier to have a quality connection between all of the cards in your Zettelkasten. And this is especially true when you're dealing in the world of ideas, which is where I think a Zettelkasten really shines, because then you're building conversations in your Zettelkasten and you're building relationships that will involve your whole brain and get your whole brain working on the topic that you are trying to work with. So come back tomorrow for what's going to be a whole new series. The new series I'm calling The View from the Boxes. Now, we've taken Zettelkasten from a philosophical point of view in the pre-Zettelkasten series. We took it in a very practical how-to, do this, then this, then this, then this, in the minimalist series for those of you who are having trouble getting it off the ground. Well, this time we're going to take a whole different view of it. It's going to be kind of more like the tourist view, if you will. Come and see the sights. Come and see the various boxes and all the different kinds of things that can be in the boxes. Getting to see and view where your Zettelkasten is going to be when it grows up. Kind of give you some encouragement to keep at it. So come join me for the new series starting tomorrow, View from the Boxes. Bye-bye.